Hello, and we are going to have a video recording of today's blog and newsletter. So, what I'm doing is a new format, and those of you that cannot read the newsletter or the blog, I will read it to you. And so, what is the title today? The Stars and the Mind: How the Invisible World Shapes Our Emotions. So, from the cosmic alignments to inner feelings, the unseen universe plays a very powerful role in our mental well being, demonstrating that emotions are not only real, but also deeply connected to the stars. Are we feeling emotionally overwhelmed? Are you feeling emotionally overwhelmed? If so, this article will help you understand the bigger picture. Do you want a better understanding of what the world is going through? Then this article's for you. We know many factors influence our behavior, and there are consequences to our actions. Fortunately, we have innovative tools to understand our behavior better. If you're curious about how astrology and psychic insights can help in everyday life, read on or listen on. Let's start with astrology, a tool used since recorded history. Symbols of the sky have been found in caves and continue to appear through today. Sadly, astrology has been banned during parts of our history, especially with the onset of organized religion. In the 1500s, Christian monks were often astrologers, mathematicians, astronomers, and physicians. Notably, some astrology house systems were even created by monks. It's essential to understand why astrology and psychic or medium readings were once deemed evil. History shows that emperors and world leaders have used astrology and psychic readings to gain insights for solving problems. Psychic and astrological insights have been considered evil for various reasons. Number one, evil is seen as separation from God. If psychic and astrological insights are not used in conjunction with God, they may separate you from God. Relying entirely on an astrologer or psychic, thereby giving away your free will, is not considered godly. Without a strong mind or alignment with God, one might inadvertently invite negative energies. So, with the explosion of information through the internet, we now know more about the existence of spirits in the invisible realm, which include quantum physics, nuclear energy, angels, vibrations, frequencies, and more. When exploring the invisible world, we must stay aligned with God. We live in an age of information overload, often leading to confusion and misinformation. We need to ask ourselves what we believe, what our values are, and if these have changed over time. How are beliefs and emotions related? Ultimately, we must choose between happiness and hatred, peace and turmoil, reality and illusion. Personally, my world has changed dramatically in the past week. The pain and suffering in our country, along with the lack of compassion, deeply saddens me. Where has our unity gone? Our egos seem supercharged to the point where rationality is compromised. Does it matter who is right or wrong if it leads to self hatred and suffering? Are we in control of our thoughts, or are we manipulated into pain and suffering and hatred? These are questions that only you could answer for yourself. For the first time in almost 70 years, I see how dark forces may be influencing today's light workers. I believe the negative forces are affecting our collective mental health. How can we help? If you're not in pain, be patient and compassionate towards those who are. If you are in pain, try to seek help or find ways to help yourself. I include an an emotional scale to help guide you towards elevated emotions. Moving from overwhelm to joy may not happen in one step, but in small steps, like going from overwhelm to anger, then neutrality, acceptance, and finally love can make the difference. And let me show you the emotional scale as I continue. So let's take a real quick look at the emotional scale right here. Hopefully we're seeing this. And on the bottom is shame, and then it moves from 20 and it goes by points. Shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. And you see here from this point on, from fear down, it's contracted. And from this area here, the blue area, it's expanded. And this is the ultimate consciousness. So let us continue. I am watching the United States become unhinged and ununited, largely due to beliefs, values, morals, and emotions. Where do your beliefs come from? What defines your truth? For the past 2 weeks, I've done extensive research on how dark forces may or may not influence humanity. We must understand that we have free will. We can find citations to support any belief system. But if you choose to live happily and on a higher emotional scale, this knowledge can shed constructive and objective light on the subject. I always enjoy listening to others and understanding their values, beliefs, and goals. Parentheses, we don't have to agree. I love looking at their natal charts to reveal their cosmic makeup, a powerful tool of objectivity. The planets beyond our control do invisibly influence us collectively and individually. Now, on the spiritual side, I know the spiritual world is real and has an influence on us. After my extensive research over the years, I believe that not all who work with the invisible world are evil or demonic, as Father Dan Rehill claims that astrology and psychic readings are demonic, made me pause and further investigate. Father Rehill, a newly appointed exorcist who has a background on Wall Street and a history of overcoming addiction, has a different perspective than Father Vincent Lampert, another exorcist with a distinct view on evil. I resonate more with Father Lambert's understanding, and I will go through the 7 understandings. 1, only God is supernatural. Demonic forces, number 2, can pose and propose, but never impose. 3, cursed or dark objects can be cleansed by God. 4, God is good and love. 5, God never forsakes us. 6, blame, guilt, and other negative emotions, as we see on this scale here of consciousness, are dark forces, and people can only be possessed if they willingly open the door or the portal. Returning to the 1800s in history, a French professor named Allan Kardec conducted research to validate mediumship, ultimately writing the Spirit's book. Kardec's scientific approach confirmed mediumship's accuracy and revealed 3 types of spirits, 2 harmful, 1 safe. And he stressed that only spirits fully aligned with God are safe, meaning the spirit of truth. Many ask why a good God would allow these energies to cause suffering. Philosophers and theologians offer various views, but after years of meditation and research, I believe God allows us to make choices based on free will. Astrology's picture of 2025 shows Pluto transiting or transitioning from Capricorn to Aquarius. Matter of fact, it happens this month in 2024, November. And the air sign Aquarius is associated with the mind, intelligence, and the invisible, aligns very well with our growing acceptance of astrology and metaphysics. Christians often deemed metaphysics demonic, but this raises questions about what truly constitutes darkness. Many consider evil as the absence of God's light, making it a parasitic energy. With Pluto, the planet of transformation and irreversible change, we are bound to see significant advancements in medicine, human rights, technology, and more. Pluto's influence often involves themes of death, loss, and letting go, symbolizing our shift from Capricorn's social controls towards Aquarius's collective humanitarian energy. Understanding our nature as energetic beings and how our energy fields, meaning our chakras and meridians, respond to frequencies gives us a clearer picture of how spiritual forces affect us. The recent discovery of the quantum world, although invisible, supports our understanding of creation and spirituality. As we live in these exciting times ruled by Aquarius's planet Uranus, ask yourself, am I happy? Am I at peace? Do I love my life? Reflect on what brings you joy, peace, and gratitude. Always remember what consciousness starts, and that it does start with each individual. Our perspective, whether we see the glass as half full or half empty, shapes our lives. I hope that you enjoyed this article. If you like to discuss your astrology chart with me, visit our website, holistichealingastrology.com, to schedule a convenient time. Blessings and love to all.